Here's everything you need to know about automation in Flip, and I'm going to demonstrate on this lead line here. So if you have the piano roll page selected, you tap on the Automate tab to access all the possible automation parameters. And right now we've got 19 of them, which you can access on these sub-tabs, we'll call them. So these are in different groups, like you've got sample settings here, volume, pitch, reverse on and off, and sample start position. Here are your envelope parameters, and then there are the 4 effects: bit crusher, chorus, delay, and filter. And we'll use the filter for this demonstration. We'll select the filter frequency to automate. We can also turn it on here, which is the same thing as if you're on the samples page in the effects tab and turning the filter on and off here. Also just going to increase the resonance so that we can hear this effect better. And now we can simply draw some automation. So I'll have the filter go up and down. Now every single automation parameter can have its own independent loop length. So I can also just shorten this and do something like that. Now quantization, this little Q button, also works with automation. And if you just turn it on, you'll get this kind of squiggly line because it's preserving all of your data. So if you hit it by accident, you can go back to your original. But once you start editing it, you can do step quantized automation changes. Now there are a couple other interesting things you can do here. So if you have a quantized automation and then you turn quantize off, you now still have each of your quantized values on each step, but it's now perfectly linearly interpolating between them. Something that might be handy for you occasionally. On the automation page, you can also press the dice icon and it'll randomize your automation. And of course, this works in quantized mode as well. To clear any automation, just long tap in the window, or you can double tap on the parameter knob. And then one other helpful tip is if you want to set an automation that lasts for the entire length of the loop, make sure you're in quantized mode and then hold down on the first beat of the bar and drag. And you can set a value for the entire loop. And why is this different from just setting the knob somewhere? Well, because of how Flip is set up, if you have an automation in one pattern, then any pattern that plays after it will play back with the last automation value from the pattern before, unless it has automation of its own. And this is just a natural way that DAWs behave. You know, if you set an automation point earlier in your song, it's gonna stay that way until you change it later. So in the case of Flip and its different patterns, if you have a pattern with no automation on it, playing after a pattern that has automation on it, whatever that last automation value was is going to carry through. So sometimes if you want it to have a specific automation, you'll do this trick of turning quantize on and holding and dragging the first beat of an automation lane.